Good morning, genius. Let's talk about the answers we seek on this beautiful path of awakening. So, we all usually have a lot of questions when we begin the path of awakening. A couple different stages of doing that, starting with the ego death, allowing yourself to go through this discomfort phase, crossing the river until you get to a point or you get to a spot where you now go from discomfort to fear, confusion, and then you start to relax into it. And when you do that, you begin to have mystical experiences, out-of-body experiences, lucid dreams, and you begin to feel like you're almost there. And then right after your awakening is when you realize, oh, it's just the beginning. You can't finish exploring the infinite. That's the beautiful part. Life can never not be interesting, where you just have figured everything out. That's not what happens. The evolution never ends. But the good thing is you become the driver, you become the architect, you become the person that chooses intentionally the experiences that you bring forth in your experience of being a human. So the answers we seek, yes, they are within us in a sense that your higher self will always guide you, will always tell you exactly what you needed to hear and when, and your higher self will also flow through you and take care of things in life for you, deal with situations for you, but it can only happen when you are aligned. Alignment is essentially the last stage of the awakening. When you stay in that state where you are so one with the source, the ego and the analytical mind has stepped aside. And when that happens, your thoughts and intentions become reality so quickly. It's wild. And they happen in a way that is so bizarre, so unique, so that it just leaves you speechless, in awe of life. And it leaves no doubt that you made it happen. What is the point of this talk of that all the answers are within you, in a sense of your higher self has all the answers for you, and it gets those answers for you. What I'm doing is I am unfolding the guidelines for you so you can get to a place where the higher self can actually do things for you. It can give you the answers, it can even give you what your purpose is, how to accomplish it, what should you do next. I didn't mean to start this channel. I didn't mean to do the live meditations or start the groups and talking to people and do one-on-ones and 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 now I'm expanding my reach, and so many people are seeking, so many people are hungry. Not only that, people that were stuck in just the thinking box, the reading books and just consuming and consuming and consuming and never putting them in practice. A good friend of mine in Australia I was talking to last night, is she said she was stuck in this on and off phase where she wasn't completely committed. And when she became committed, everything in her life changed. And been she's been creating so many things in her reality. She's an advanced meditator, so she has accomplished quite a bit ever since her enlightenment, ever since her awakening. And she was telling me, She's like, I can't believe that this is still just the beginning. I was like, yeah, this endless excitement of this wonder and curiosity and this awe of existence. And the higher you go into your awakening, the more the truth unfolds at higher and higher levels. So what you know when you reach your enlightenment is the truth, but there's so much to the truth that it just keeps unfolding for you. The deeper you go in and the longer you do this and the higher you go in frequency and within your enlightenment. And that's why I really enjoy after our meditations for people to not only share what they felt, where they were, what was the experience, but also the discomfort part, what was uncomfortable, and how did other people overcome those similar discomforts when they were going through the river themselves. So that I really enjoy. So this collective information that I bring to you guys from the enlightened people, awakening wonders that I have studied, spent time with, meditated with, continue to talk to, and then I read all their literature, I read all of their practices, I practice their practices, and I have figured out a really good blend of what works for me. And why did my enlightenment and awakening take such a short amount of time? What was this sudden, unbelievable surrender and acceptance of what is and becoming what I always have been, to get to that space where I'm experiencing the most unfamiliar, familiar things in life. When you get to experience and talk to and see things that normal people would think you're crazy for even mentioning. The sleepwalkers. And I try to bring that over, and it has been so far a unique blend, which has been helping people to get out of the thinking box, which has helped people from getting out of the cycle of on and off, and different techniques of how to do your meditations so that it's fun rather than you just sitting with your eyes closed and focus on your breath. That to me is a waste of time. There's so many other things, more useful things that you can do to fix your harmony, bring harmony to your existence. You are the door between two worlds. The hologram world that you experience, which is a reflection of your inner world, and then the inner world that is everything else. And when you fix your inner world, which is what you do in a couple different ways, starting with alignment of your energy centers, releasing the low vibrational energies, releasing the primitive urges of within you that keeps you stuck in the analytical mind and the egotistical form of separation from who you really are, making you feel like the identity is you. The melanin content in your skin is you. When you get away from that, when you get to a point where judgment doesn't come to you, it changes your frequency to a level where you can now see the reality that you otherwise would have judged had it shown itself to you, had it revealed itself to you when you were simply a sleepwalker. When the judgment goes out and you're in a free flow of loving, pure consciousness, which is pure love, which is the foundation of who you really are, what you're made of. When you become an observer of a level where if you even feel sadness, you just look at it and you're like, there you are. Hi. And you're just viewing it, observing it from a point of just awareness, pure awareness, looking at it. What happens? There's this pure acceptance of whatever is happening. And when that happens, the low vibrational things never affect you. They will come and they'll go. And then the high vibrational things will affect you in ways where your baseline frequency will keep rising to a point where outside circumstances don't affect you. Other people's, the two types of people that I told you that you will run into are the people that are aligned with your high frequency and those that will come to your life just to bring things to your awareness, your observed mind. If somebody makes you angry, if somebody makes you judge them, if somebody makes you feel anything negative, that's because that feeling is in you that you must release. Where you get to a point where you simply observe with your thoughts and intentions, bringing new realities of different flavors into your experience. The answers are within you. I have done this so many times where I want something to happen, but I want my higher self to just flow through me and do it because I don't want to do it. And I get into the flow state, I do my meditations, and I simply release that intention, release that question from a very deep state of mind or state of meditation. And when you get to a place where you're sort of stepping outside of space and time, when you're becoming the real you and you're dropping all of the identities and attachment to your analytical mind and ego, when you go to that space where there's no separation, because there is no space. If there's no space, there's no time. And that is when your thoughts and your intentions and your questions get answered so quickly. Things appear so fast. Coincidence and synchronicities becomes a daily thing in your life. And you are matching your frequency slowly but surely to a version of you that you want to experience. And that begins to dissolve the version of you that you want to bless, turn it into wisdom from your past experiences, but you want to bless it and send it back into the quantum as a possibility, while you attract the version of you, collapse it from wave into particle. So you can experience that version of you, the version of you that is healed, the version of you that is fearless, the version of you that is strong, the version of you that is more charismatic, the version of you that is not afraid of public speaking, the version of you that can lucid dream, the version of you that can have a mystical experience, an out-of-body experience, the version of you that believes so strongly, not only in the process, but you, that when you want to intentionally create something, it happens so fast because you know the version of you that you want to be knows how to do it from outside of space and time, where things become instant. And when you get really good at it, you can collapse things from wave into particles so fast that there are advanced meditators that create things from nothing in real time. Now, that might not make sense to most of you, but the deeper you go into this process, the longer you get into this process, this journey, the more you realize how much what you would consider impossible is possible. You are infinite. You are capable of so much more. You are a true magic. You are an unbelievable miracle. And you can make miracles happen. And I want you guys to believe that. Some of you guys, when we meditated last night in our pineal gland meditation, you guys had such a great time. People were messaging me, emailing me afterwards. They're like, wow, I don't even know how to tell you what happened to me. But it was just wow. It was unbelievable. And it also helps when you're when there's a collective energy in meditations. That is a cheat code to go through this journey faster. And that's been helping you guys, a lot of you guys that I've been meditating with. I'm going to get to a point where we do at least one meditation a day. I've been thinking about doing pineal gland every night. at 6 p.m. EST, something like that. And maybe I'll explain it later after the meditation and the Q&A, why I'm thinking that and what you guys think about that. And on Saturdays and Sundays, we'll do other ones. We'll bring in some variety. Anyway, the answers are within you. Become friends with the higher self. Get out of the way and get to a place where the higher self takes care of everything in your life. Just flows right through you. The higher self is wiser, smarter, and will do everything for you, which is you, but it's a part of you that seems a little bit separate because you're still living in this hologram, right? Yeah. I hope this helps. Let me know if there are questions, and then I will address them. Love you.